So that's very easy for me.
Recording.
Oh, I've never seen this one before. It's a Chinese one?
I don't know. We use it for our meetings, but then Alan, it doesn't work for some reason for Alan, so I'll stop using it. But then it's free, and you can be as many people as you want, and you just log into a website.
That's convenient.
It's very
Pretty
convenient.
good. Mhm.
Okay, so we have some exercises that that you could look at. Let's finish chapter 5 or level 1 first, and then we'll look at the exercises that we made. The pretty exercises.
Yeah.
So I've learned a little bit, and I think we should probably go slower with level 1. Maybe even like not have the students finish level 1, but then go through it with me. But maybe just start with level 1 and then start with me.
Yeah, maybe so, or maybe they finish level 1 all themselves and then just head on to level 2 directly. But yeah, it's probably better to just start with level 1 because there's a lot of basics, it feels like, in level 1 that you don't want to rush through.
Yeah, I would hate it if a new student came to us and they knew something, but they didn't want to go through level 1, then they want to start with level 2. I don't like that. Okay. You stop me if you have anything. Last lesson was very long. Actually, before we start, what I also always want to do is before we start, here, where is it? Yeah, Google Drive. So sorry about that. Before we start every lesson, or the first thing we do is always just review the end of the last one. So there's get some sort of continuity.
I don't really like the highlights you've been watching there. The football game Leipzig. You should.
This one. Don't tell me the results though.
Okay.
I'm still watching the second half.
All right.
Have you watched it?
Yeah.
Nice. You can say, for watching, do you remember I'd say you add just le at the end? And you don't need to say it. So you just need I see le. Or I look le is enough.
What? Okay. Would that be like what kan le?
What kan le? What kan le? Okay.
But is that look like looking at a screen as well?
Yes. As you can imagine, Chinese wouldn't make it more difficult than necessary.
Of course not. They're brilliant.
It's even look for when you look at a book. When you read a book, you're literally just looking at it. So. Okay, I think I've reached the end of this document. So I started off. I'd like some feedback on this document as well. The idea is to make a document like you and I sort of talked about, Tim, with like one page describing one grammar point, and then some explanation and example, and then a quiz. But this is the best we could do now.
Yeah, and I was just before this meeting, I was going through that from the last session, and it was really good. Kind of to remind yourself of what we went through and the things I was struggling with. So
good.
And so it was very good.
So maybe
it was good that it was very brief.
Good. I like. Yeah, it needs to be brief, otherwise you can't watch it. But you haven't seen this document, right?
No, I've seen that one, I think.
You have? Okay. I thought you watched the. I thought you saw the notes here. These ones. No.
No, I didn't see those.
Oh, you saw this one. That's perfect. I didn't know I sent you this link. That I probably did. Wonderful.
I was looking for the notes, but I found those instead.
This is much better. Okay, good. So I'll just focus here quickly on like some things that I feel like we need to. We understood last time, but only like understood. So I want to just make sure this time. Can you explain Samman Mayang, and then like one example?
Yes, and as you state there, like Samma is more like how, and it's always used before the verb. And 怎么样 is like how is it, how things going, and it's at the end,
Nice.
after the noun.
Nice. And it sounds like you're not reading this out loud. It sounds like you actually know it now.
Yeah, I read it a couple of minutes ago.
I
think I know the difference now.
Nice. I also, the very beginning of this document, I went through like, where is it? I have like video links here or sound links. With your sound, with my sound, and you can repeat after me and a few things, and then I'm practicing the SZC. But I'm just going to say, because you're a Z. Can you say how 怎么 again?
怎么?
Yeah, this sounds like. Jenna, do you agree? It sounds very good now.
Yeah, it sounds really great.
Practice makes better. That's good. I was really struggling, Jana, at first.
It's good. It's good. So just listen to my recordings, but I don't think you don't need to do that anymore. Just if you're struggling with anything, you can go up and read those recordings. You can also just literally use this document like F, Control F, and then just search for like Zun, and then you'll be able to find that place and use that as like the search tool. Okay. Okay, enough talking. Now, like, how would you say, like, how do you say this in Chinese? How do you say pen? How do you say water in Chinese? I don't want to show you this.
Yong Shong Wan, 怎么说 water?
Yes. Or
you could. I actually tried those different 4 things or 4 ways of saying, and I thought that one was the easiest for me. But you could also say, let me think a bit. Yong Zhong Wen, water, 怎么说?
Nice.
Or 怎么说 water, Yong Zhong Wen.
Nice, nice, nice. So the important here is not that you learn it as a sentence, but that you learn this as different components, like tools from a toolbox, that you can use this tool with this tool. Yong Zhongwen is one tool, and then 怎么说 is one tool, and you can use them in different ways.
Yeah.
Perfect. Sounds very good. And then we have, what does it mean? 怎么说? 怎么说, what does it mean?
什么说? 什么意思?
Yes, 很好. 对，很好. Okay, and if I think something is very interesting, 怎么说? 怎么说, this is very interesting.
What was this again? Not sure if I remember. Interesting. I remember we went through this.
So instead of like, what does it mean? Now you just have to say have meaning.
Yeah, in the middle of my interest.
Oh no, actually no.
No?
No, it's the 意思. Say 意思 is meaning. You just have to say have meaning.
有意思。
有意思.
有意思.
Yeah.
Okay. 有意思. All right.
And then whenever you run out of 有意思, then you can instead also say, oh, very interesting. 怎么说 very interesting?
我很意思.
No.
有很意思.
Good, because I wanted to address that part. I wanted to add that here. It's okay. So I'm going to just go ahead and write on this document here straight on. It's just like I could write common mistake would be you said 有很意思 because it's very interesting. So you want 很 to be right, very interesting, literally.
Yeah.
Literally very interesting. Literally have very interesting. Okay, but just like we say, do you remember how to say I very hate?
我很恨你.
我很恨你. Okay, so what we're doing here, we're saying very hate.
Yeah.
And then we shouldn't say very have. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah, good. And then
Does.
finish with 意思. We can say 这个很有意思. So again,
这个很有意思. Okay.
so these two things come together: the verb and the adverb, and the 很 and the verb, and
这
the
个很有
okay. 很有，很恨，
很有
很喜欢，很爱. So that's another thing here. This is maybe another tiny thing here. So what we're doing here is we're taking 很 plus, or like we can just say verb with very. 很 always comes right before verb. That makes sense, huh?
Yeah, that makes sense.
So I can say like, I very hate you. 我很恨你. Okay, but we know that already. Then you need to tell me I very like you.
我很喜欢你.
Nice. I very love you.
我很爱你.
And then I'm very good.
我是很好.
Ha, got you. Do you remember adjectives and verbs are the same thing?
Sorry, what did you say?
Do you remember adjectives and verbs are the same thing?
I remember now, yeah.
Sorry. So you don't have to make it. You wanted to add a sh.
Okay.
You remember you don't have to do that.
Yeah.
So I added this
Alright.
one after the 很 and then the 很恨, 很喜欢, 很爱. And now we just 很好, because it's just all the same pattern here. So if you can recognize 很好, then you should be able to recognize 很爱, 很恨, 很喜欢. Or, like we said, 很有意思. Do you see how they match up?
Yeah.
We'll write 很有意思. 很有意思. Okay. Very nice.
很有意思.
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 很有意思. Yeah, so when I say that, you can say 很有意思.
很有意思.
Then we work with the.
The.
I know it's annoying, but it's very necessary.
Mhm.
So if you say like bad, let's say a bad, let's say interesting person. That's good. Interesting person.
有意思的人.
Yes, Tim.
The
Yes.
run.
有意思. It's right here. 有意思的人. Very nice.
Yeah, you had a good run through that, I think, with the and
Yeah.
which part you belong to and things like that. So I think that was very good last time.
Thank you. And then I just want to make sure that you get that by saying a coffee that I like. What would that be then?
Let me think a bit.
So think of it like what belongs to what? Yeah.
这个喜欢的咖啡. 喜欢的咖啡.
Yes.
But
yeah.
you need what?
Yeah. So I like. You said it. You say it again.
我这个喜欢的咖啡.
Are you saying digger like this?
Yeah.
Is that because you're seeing that here?
No, jigga like in one or like in that.
Oh, okay, but you're not like this, that. Because that in English can be both like the coffee which I like and that thing over there.
Okay, yeah, I was saying the one with the...
Let's say a coffee which I like instead, so we don't confuse them.
What was which?
So, but you said it already. I'm just going to write down what you said. 我喜欢, okay? Now it's a coffee. So it belongs to coffee. So the cafe.
我喜欢的咖啡.
Yeah, it's a coffee of what? Of 我喜欢.
Yeah, The thing I'm struggling with here is like the which and the that, and I'm not sure what word to add. And then when you write the answer, I always realize that I didn't have to add any of these juga or nuga.
Yeah, I know. It's like one of the 10 most common problems, 5 most common problems when learning Chinese. So I'm not at all concerned. I'm just like, I need to raising awareness, really.
Yeah. And as I said, if I do things wrong, you let me know.
I will. But again, I know this happens to everyone, and me included. Like, yeah, you're already getting better, and soon you.
So let me try that again. So it's 我喜欢的咖啡。
我喜欢的咖啡。
Coffee.
If we want to play around with this a little bit, we could say like a coffee that I like very much. Where do you think we add the 很?
我很喜欢的咖啡。
Yeah. Nice. So we're describing it here. We're describing it before the 的. You can also just say 很好的咖啡 or 我很喜欢的咖啡 or Felix 很喜欢的咖啡 a coffee that Felix likes very much. So I'm just going to read right.
我明白。
你明白，很好. Yeah, I'll skip that part. 很好，很好，很好. Okay. And we know that don't mean 不要. Very good. And 在 was easy as well. And 对 and 是 you know as well. I think we are ready to go. 有问题吗? Questions, that means. 有 questions.
有问题吗?
You learned that too.
No. 不问题吗?
You say, I ask you 有 blah 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 吗? Then you need to answer with 有 or
没有.
没有. Very good. Very, very good. Okay. Then we can 那我们可以开始吗?
什么?
那我们可以开始吗?
可以.
Hey, did you understand that?
Yeah. Can we start, or are we ready to start? Right?
Yes. Yeah, I know you know the words, but if I just say them out loud, it's a big difference.
I think I understood from context as well. But please say that again. Say it again.
那我们可以开始吗?
And so it's like, okay, or like, so let's start.
Yeah.
Should we start?
Yeah. So there is, yes. 有 means there is. There are. I'm not sure here. Did you write 有没有?
Yes, I did.
Okay, good. There is, so there are. Yeah, good. And
one thing before we start, Felix, I went through the document or the notes here before this lesson.
Oh, nice.
And I noticed some parts where I did wrong. So when you notice those, please give me a chance to recognize them myself. Just
okay, yeah. I'll try and do that. I think I'm already trying to do that. But if you think I'm not doing enough, yes, please. How do you need? Yeah. So this is good. To have, you're not. Yeah. This is why you're saying 我 here.
Oh, it's if I have. I suppose.
Yeah. Okay. That's good. I just want to know you understood it. Good.
Yeah.
So if you say like there's a lot of coffee here, how would you say that then?
There is a lot of coffee here.
Maybe don't say here, but there is a lot of coffee. We understand where the place is we're talking about.
Joe Do Cafe.
Okay, good. Do you remember a lot?
A lot. There was door, right?
Yeah, but we like to, whenever we say an adjective, we don't just say 好, we say 很好.
Oh. 很多.
很多咖啡.
很多咖啡.
But we won't say there is.
Johan då Cafe.
Yeah, nice. So we can start with a wah. This is like wah. This is like oh.
Wow, Johan då Cafe.
Wow, Johan då Cafe.
Cafe.
Yeah, make sure you don't you sound a bit Swedish there. Cafe. Cafe. Johan då Cafe.
And då Cafe.
Wow, Johan då Cafe. How do you get yo? Very good. Okay, mayo. You're not sure why. Okay. Erase the one that can't be. Okay, good. So all I'm going to tell you now is I don't really think I gave you an explanation in the lesson. It'll come later on in level 2, I think, at the end of it. It's really just that bu. It's bu, or it's you say bu every time you negate something. To negate something. You know that already. Why do you use may when you say yo? When you say yo. That has to do with past tense. Really. Well, you should. I feel like, according to logic, you should be able to just say bu yo, but because yo means to have, but it also, just like English, it means to have done something. So if you want to negate that you have done something, you say may, and you can say mayo. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So that's like the short explanation. And that means, but that doesn't only, you can't just apply this may whenever you talk about past tense, but every time you talk about yo, you have to say may.
But is it only when you use yo it's used may?
No, whenever you use past tense. So that's the next thing that I wanted to tell you. Good question. If I say bu, 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 let's say bu, chu, you know chu, yeah?
Eat, right?
Yeah, bu chu. Okay, so let's say 我不吃, which means 什么意思我不吃?
I don't eat.
Good. Then what do you think 我没有吃? What do you think that means?
I haven't eaten.
Pretty good. So now we're learning past tense. Or it doesn't only mean I haven't, it also means didn't. Chinese don't care.
Do you have an example where it's not used in a yo? Like
It's not
before
used.
yo.
But this isn't. No, like may has to with you. But no, it's actually the verb is 吃. It's not yo anymore.
Okay.
But what
But is it
tell you,
so is may always used together with
yo?
yo?
No. Can you? I think you can guess your way to this. Can you try?
Or you can just say 我没吃.
Yes.
我没吃.
Do you think both are okay?
I think both are fine.
Yes. Very good. Thank you for understanding. Thank you for skipping my letting me not have to explain. That's nice. So yeah. So when you get used to Chinese, you'll just say 我不吃,我没吃.
我没吃.
Okay. So if you so anything, if you haven't seen the Leipzig game, what would you say that then?
我没看.
Yeah. 我没看. That's it.
And if I say 我不看 is that I don't watch it right now.
Yeah. Exactly. I should write it in the right order at least. 我不看.
Can you maybe just
I don't.
Right there in the bottom corner where you wrote may, yo, past tense. Just maybe write something like, you know what, past tense should be enough. I should remember this from that. That's fine. Just kidding.
No, we will make a little document out of this, like always.
Yeah. Okay, that's good knowledge.
Yeah. So, and I also want to tell you, because you're curious, and the le. So you can start making le sentences, because that's everyone should have ambitions, and this ambition should be yours. to start using the le a lot more. We will start using it in the next level or in the next lesson already. So it's maybe time that I start giving it to you. So again, you just end something. So it'd be like 你看了吗? I can just ask. Did you see it? Did you watch the game? Maybe. Then you answer with, if you have watched it, what do you say then?
Or 我看.
Well, no, you haven't watched it.
Oh, I haven't watched it.
Oh, sorry.
我没看.
Maybe I said the other thing. 我没有看 or 没看. I don't know which one you said. Which one did you say?
我没看.
Nice. And then if you have seen it?
我看.
No.
我看了.
我看了. Do you see the difference?
Yes.
I know you see the difference. You understand the difference.
Yeah, if the difference is that I have, if I said only 我看, it means I'm watching.
Yeah. Even more importantly, do you remember how to say to do something right now? Ing, like right now.
在?
Yes, Tim. So impressive. 我在 what?
我在看.
我在看. 我在看.
Nice.
我在看. So now we have a lot of things. 你看了吗? I didn't watch it. I watched it. I'm watching it.
But then if I only said 我看, would that have the same meaning as 我在看, or just?
Yeah, more or less.
Something else.
Yeah, no, that's the same. Yeah, 我看. Yeah.
我在看.
我看. Nice. Okay, moving on then. So now hopefully you understand more profoundly bu and mei and why we differentiate between them, because otherwise it gets confusing.
Yeah.
Good. We've done a lot of pre-work now for the next level. Okay, erase the one that cannot be used as a mei sentence. I should say erase the one that is wrong. So you erase this one, 我不有, that's very good. But I want you to erase this one as well. This one, 我有. The second to last one.
我有补妈妈. 我有妹妈妈.
我有. Well, you see what the problem is, no?
That it's like it's after the
yeah. It's like saying 我不要, but instead of 我不要, it'd be like 我要不. Yeah, it wouldn't make sense. It wouldn't be like, yeah, you can't reverse those two. So that was just a little test there.
I was thinking about the meaning of these sentences. So the first one is 我没有妈妈. Is that I don't have a mom?
Yes.
That's sad.
I'm sorry.
Okay. Well, and then 我没妈 is the same, but you just didn't write out the yo.
I didn't write out the yo.
Okay.
Yeah. 我没有妈妈. 我没妈妈. Yeah. Yeah. So now it's like it's not past tense. It's just current tense. But if you want to say like I didn't hit my mom, how do you say that then? So I'm sure I didn't hit my mom.
I'm sure I didn't hit my mom. 我没打妈妈.
Yeah. 我没打妈妈.
打妈妈. 没打妈妈.
So next time you're going to lunch. By the way, I'm just coming back to this part. Next time you go to lunch, you should. Do you know 吃饭?
Eat.
Yeah. Yeah. It literally means to eat rice, but it's the common way to say to eat because 吃 is too short. So I just want you to ask. Can you make the sentence? Have you eaten?
你吃饭了?
Yeah. Question.
你吃饭了吗?
Yes. Now this is so exciting for me. This is a sentence that you just said it yourself, but you will hear it so many times, and it made me happy that you said it the first time yourself and you didn't hear it from anyone. 你吃饭了吗?
你吃饭了吗?
你吃饭了吗? Yeah.
I will ask that every lunch at work. to
Good.
everyone.
But it doesn't
Fun.
only mean to have eaten. It's like a way to say how you doing in Chinese.
Okay. 你吃饭了吗?
More or less. It's like Joey
Wow.
from Friends. Like 你吃饭了吗? How you doing? You just say,
Okay.
我吃了. It's like the common nominator. It's like the common way to just ask, to just recognize someone.
It's like, what's up?
Yeah, what's up? And you don't answer it. You just be like, and then you walk away.
你吃饭了吗?
Okay.
All right. I look forward to when I master all the sounds.
Yeah. So you can just say, and that means yes. That means literally, but yeah, they will understand that it means yes, and you don't want to talk to them. Or you can say, I've eaten. How do you say that? 怎么说 I've eaten?
什么说我吃饭了?
我吃饭了. Yeah, very good. Now take this sentence and maybe make it a little bit shorter.
吃饭了?
Yeah, you skip. So what you did is we skipped the 我. Can you skip something else, you think?
吃了? Or maybe
say
even 了?
吃了. Yes.
吃了.
Thank you. You're independently learning everything. Yes, and you understand why, because you just did it.
Yeah.
It's just a noun. It means rice. Good. And then you could also say, I haven't. 我
没.
没.
我没吃.
I'm just going to write the long version. 我没吃饭.
我没吃饭. Question. I don't have to add a了 there because the may,
Yeah.
shows that it's past tense.
Smart.
Correct?
Yes, correct.
Okay.
Very good. Very smart.
我没有吃饭.
我没有吃饭. You sound very good. And yeah, so let's make it shorter as well. 我没有吃饭 would be like 我没吃饭 was the first one you said. And then what could you else?
我没吃饭. 没吃饭 or maybe even just 没吃.
Yes. Or the shortest one would be what?
没 or both.
No, you can never
may,
say the
of course.
Yeah, good. That was silly. Good.
Silly.
There's a lot of characters here. It looks confusing even to me, but hopefully it doesn't to you. And they're just the same ones written all over again.
Yeah.
Nice. So now you know how to say that. So let's have a short conversation. Okay. I'll start with 你吃饭了吗?
我没吃饭.
没吃饭. Now the danger here is you have too many options, but that's hopefully that's a good problem. Okay, do you want to ask me?
你吃饭了?
And a ma at the end as well, please.
你吃饭了吗? 你吃饭了吗?
我吃了.
我吃了. You have eaten, right?
Yeah. We have a Chinese person here. Do you want to ask Jenna?
Yeah, sorry, I was just muting myself because I didn't want to interrupt. Yeah, I'm here.
Tim, ask her how she's doing.
你吃饭了?
妈.
你吃饭了吗?
我吃了，你呢?
没吃饭.
Yeah, that's right.
That's
correct.
Nice.
Very good.
Very, very good. 谢谢. Very good. Very spontaneous as well. Good. You sound very scared when you said it, by the way. Like, 我没吃.
It's because I think at the same time.
It's good. It's good.
Sure.
Going through the rest here. 朋友, that's very good. 为什么? 男朋友. Very nice. Now, using this and using yo, because I want to overuse the yo. It's something we will do in the practice as well, in the exercises. How would be like? I would be like, I don't have a boyfriend.
我没男朋友。
Yeah. By the way, try and like, because this is you skipping the yo every time now, which I love. But in this case especially, it sounds much better if you add it. Like I don't have a boyfriend.
我没有男朋友。
我没有男朋友. Very good.
我没有男朋友。
And you'd be like, do you have a boyfriend?
你有男朋友吗？
Nice. 你有男朋友吗？
你有男朋友吗？
And the most difficult one would be like 我也没有. That make sense? 我也没有.
I also don't have.
Yeah. And so this is neither.
Say that again, please.
This is neither. I don't either have one.
Okay.
But again, that might be confusing to hear in English that this means either, but I just want to show you that Chinese doesn't have a word for either. They just said also, and then they negate it. I also, like, I don't like him. I also don't like him. You don't say I don't like him either.
Yeah. But does anyone have to been saying something before I say this? Like, if we ask this question, someone says, 没有男朋友, and then I reply, 我也没有.
Yeah, I agree with you. Like, I'm the same as you.
Okay.
You want to ask Jianan now?
对, Jenna.
Yep.
你有男朋友吗？
我有。你有女朋友吗？
没有。
Correct.
我没有。我也没有。
Hey, look at that.
No.
没有。
I think you overdid it. Yeah, but yeah.
I try to be a good boy.
That was good. That was really good. So, like, I don't have a boyfriend. Do you have a girlfriend? I don't have a girlfriend either. Very good. Okay. 他是我的朋友. You can just say after me. 他是我的朋友.
他是我的朋友.
我们两个是好朋友.
我们两个是好朋友. 好朋友.
我碰你.
我碰你.
她是我的女朋友.
她是我的女朋友.
Yeah. The ping, by the way, think of it like an 朋友. 朋友. Like like when you're being punched in the stomach. 朋友. 朋友. Yeah, that's good. 朋友.
她是我的女朋友.
It's funny because peng, like when you say peng, then it's like peng. You can hear like to hit or to bump. Peng. It's peng. But this is peng. So this peng is not is a bit different from this peng actually. It's confusing. And it's just this is the only word that sounds like that. 朋友. Yeah, so you can't pronounce like 朋友. That sounds weird. 朋友. Good. So I'll just record the sound.
Yeah.
Again, this is the only one that sounds like that. But it's such a common word that you just need to remember it. It's a very common way to differentiate between foreigners and Chinese. They pronounce 朋友. Okay, let's go with I have a spoon. 我有一个勺子.
我要这个勺子.
It sounds like you're saying 这个. It's 一个.
一个.
Yeah.
我有一个勺子.
我有一个勺子. 三个字.
一个勺子. Yeah, I do that a lot, I think. 我有
You do what?
一个勺子.
一个勺子.
一个小时。
The Z sounds like an S now, a little bit.
小时。
It's not supposed to be an S. This is what you sound like. 少死. And there should be 少死.
少死。
Yeah, that's good.
少死。
But yeah, it's difficult because 少 is S and this is Z. So 少死.
How do I say? Say it again, please. In 中文。 Okay. Wait.
I will.
用中文怎么说 ？Say it again.
Is it okay if I don't teach you this one for the next 2 lessons?
That's okay. Yeah,
Thank you.
absolutely.
It will come very soon.
Yeah.
The only word you know is 说. Otherwise, you have to say 再说一次. And there's so many new components here.
Yeah.
Again, and 一次 means one time. It's simple.
I'm not
but-
ready.
Yeah, it's simple, but you're not ready yet. There's someone at the toilet. 有人. That's it. At the toilet, you don't have to write. It's funny, you just say there is person here.
Yeah. Joran?
Yeah. Here again, it's very interesting because do you see what we're doing here? We're saying the 很 and the 有 right next to each other. 很有.
Yeah.
And in this case,
很有。
有名 is its own word. What does 有名 mean? 什么意思有名?
什么意思 famous.
Good. It's very common. You will stop doing that soon. But when I ask you 什么意思, you answer with 什么意思 famous. Do you see what the problem is there?
Yeah, I do. Would the correct way to answer just be is say is it?
Is, yeah, is famous. Yeah, good.
Yeah.
Good. 各个很有名. Good. 安呢没有安 sorry 安没有没有.
安没有
Nice. 写字没有意思.
角色有意思
Nice. Let's do it again. 写字没有意思.
写字没有意思
Nice. 胖子有一个勺子.
胖子有一个小子
Good. This first 字 was very good. The second one was okay. And still 10 times better than 2 lessons ago. Very good. 有没有 questions?
没有
很好。你没有 questions, 那很好. Do you understand that?
Can you say it again?
你没有 questions, 那很好.
You have no questions, so very good. Or
So very good. So very good.
So very good.
Yeah, so very good. 那很好. Good. Okay. So you can say 很 or you can say 好, like things to say very also. 好. So just like you can say like I'm so good. 好啊. 好啊. Okay. Or be like so hungry. How would you say that then?
好啊
Do it with what do you call it? Inspiration.
好啊
好饿啊.
好饿啊
Very good. 很好. 好啊. 好啊. Okay. Now, okay. So this is interesting. I noticed you started doing this now. This high is. I would like to skip it in the beginning now because it's confusing, but I need it because it's important. High means still or also, you know that, and you wrote 还有, and that's correct, but it doesn't really mean also. It means literally also have. It can also mean like. It could just also mean also. So like, Felix is very tall, or like Tim is very tall. 还有, and there's also like almost like additionally. Additionally. I'll just call
almost like and.
Yes, and he is. This is the word in Chinese. Yes, thank you very much for saying that, actually. Because Chinese doesn't really have a way to say and. If you think of it in English, we have and can mean different things. It can mean with, like me and Tim are going to the library. Or it can mean this doesn't go very well. This and this don't go very well together. Like, and this sentence means this. And so this happened. Like, and can mean a lot of things in English. So it's impossible to translate to Chinese. But whenever we want to say additionally, like he's this and this, then we say 还有.
还有.
So you can say like with the verbs that I'm very hungry and I'm very happy.
我很饿.
我很饿.
还有 happy. Not sure if I know that word.
Open heart.
开心.
Yes, look at you. 还有 you can say 很开心. I'm not writing the pinyin. You need to tell me if you want more pinyin, by the way.
No, I actually prefer just reading the characters because I think if there's too much pinyin, it kind of, you don't get the practice to read the characters.
Yes. And if you were much slower, then I would give you more pinyin, but you're fast enough to write this character. So I feel the same as you.
Good.
And it's so impressive as well that you can read this. Okay, so 我很饿, 还有很开心. Maybe we should say I'm also not happy. 你可以说吗？
我很饿，还有很不开心。
Very good. 我很饿，还有很不开心。
还有很不开心。开心。
So thank you for saying that it means and. This is what it means. Yes. And this is the example. We'll make an exercise out of that. That's easy. 我爱你. And this, I'll actually skip this one. You're not supposed to make a sentence out of that. Okay. 我也爱你. Very good. I also love you. You can say after me. 我也爱你.
我也爱你.
你很可爱.
你很可爱.
你很有爱.
你很有爱.
Nice. I don't know what happened here. And then 爱过的人.
爱过的人.
Two things here I want you to notice. Maybe you can start to notice that the 很 always comes quite early.
Yeah.
Before this and before this. And the 的 is also here. It's describing, it's the person we're talking about, but everything that comes before the 的 describes the person. 爱过的人, so it's a person of what? Of love country. 有没有 questions?
没有.
没有，很好。Okay, what hobbies do you have? 你有爱好什么? Okay. Do you want to make friends? I'll come back to this in a second. Do you want to make friends? 你要做朋友. This is something you forgot to do as well. You did it recently. You did it earlier as well. I feel like as soon as you learn new things and you make a sentence out of it, and it's a question, you forget the map.
Yes, I probably do. But is that the only thing that's wrong with this sentence? Is it
With this, yes.
Okay.
Coming back to the first one in a second. Second one, the same. Do you like me? 你喜欢我吗?
喜欢我吗?
Let's say, do you want to make friends? 你要做朋友吗?
你要做朋友吗?
你要做朋友吗? Very good. Okay, now come back to this. Do you remember that I've mentioned AI? Maybe. No, maybe not.
AI like an eye or artificial intelligence?
I know. This is my own term for artificial intelligence. Additional information. It's a much more important term.
Okay.
So AI is additional information. So in this sentence, you always add additional information in the end of the sentence. That way, you can finish a sentence early and then just add sentences later, add new words later on if you want to. Similarly to that, 你有, if you had to delete something in this sentence, it would be 爱好, because we're asking what do you have? Like it could just be what do you have? Like 你有什么? What do you have?
Mm-hmm.
But if you put at the end, do you have what? And then if you want to, can you see how the hobbies is the additional information in this sentence? Ayo.
Yeah.
Good, thank you. So you put it at the end. It's just
okay. Yeah. Do you always do that, or can you say it the way I wrote it as well?
No,
additional.
You were completely wrong. I'm sorry.
Okay.
You always have to put it at the end. We can go with a much simpler sentence. What's your name? How do you say that?
我叫什么?
Or 你叫什么, I hope.
你叫什么? 你叫什么?
你叫什么? And then how do you say name?
名字.
Yeah. So what's the longer way to say this sentence?
你叫什么名字?
Exactly. Do you see where the additional information comes?
Yes, I do, but I don't understand why in the first sentence why the 叫 is not after 什么.
Because 什么 wants to comment. Okay, 什么, that's just another rule for 什么. 什么 always has to come at the end. 什么 always at the end. But then you're going to say, but Felix, why is 什么 not always at the end then? You're lying. It's because if we have additional information, we could maybe a best simpler way to say it is 什么 is at the end, but if we have a noun, it's actually even more at the end. It's at the very end. Okay. So I'll just write if there's a noun, it's after the 什么. That's really the only thing you need to learn. Everything else is just me trying to explain why.
Yeah. Okay. So I understand the 叫 is before the 什么 in the same way 有 is before the 什么.
Yes. We can make some more sentences with 什么 because it's so useful. What do you love?
你爱什么?
你爱什么? Good. And then what do you hate?
你恨什么?
你恨什么? Now we can also say last one. You eat what?
你no. 吃
什么? Okay. Now, by the way, I just want to add this one. How do you say what are you eating? Currently.
你吃什么? 你在什么?
你在吃什么?
你在吃什么?
Yes.
They're eating now. Okay.
Just if you want to, I'll delete that. I just want to give you.
That can of course be useful.
No, I know, but it's not what we're focusing on. What are you doing?
Doing that's 在 as well, right?
That's right.
Sure. 你做什么?
你做什么? Good.
你做什么?
And now that we have this, I'm going to add one more column here. And now you're going to tell me how to say what person do you love?
你爱什么人?
Very good. And what I don't know what verbs you know. What coffee do you hate?
你恨什么 Cafe.
Very good. And we can say, note how we're doing this like 你叫什么 like this. And then we can also add the 你叫什么名字 and that is the noun that comes at the end.
Yeah, I think I'm starting to get it.
Nice. 你吃什么巧克力
Chocolate.
Okay. Now, even more interesting, 你做什么 But if you want to say, what job do you do?
你做什么工作
Yes, thank you for remembering all the words. That's almost the most impressive part here. 你做什么工作
做什么工作
Does it make sense to you?
It does, yes.
Thank you for doing. Thank you for just saying yes. Thank you. Good job. So it's very powerful, obviously. 什么 with any verb, and then whenever you learn a noun, you put it at the very end. Okay. Okay, let's move on then. 哥哥喜欢你
哥哥喜欢你
妈妈还好吗
妈妈还好吗
And this is just an expression like with the 还好
还好
meaning like not okay but fine, not good but fine. 美国人还要什么
美国人还要什么
Good. If we delete 还 what does it mean? 什么意思
is what does the American want?
Yeah, good. So the 还 here, could you try to explain it instead? I struggle with it a little bit, trying to understand the 还.
The high, well, the high just adds that it also wants something more.
Yeah, it's not done feeding, it's hunger.
Yeah, like all Americans.
Exactly. For freedom and vaccination of autism.
And burgers.
Burgers. 我有妹妹，还有一个弟弟。
我有妹妹，还有一个弟弟。
Nice. 我有一个妹妹，还有一个弟弟。Perfect. Okay. Moving on. Do you want to take a 5-minute break maybe? Or I feel like to just digest everything.
Yeah, let's do 5 minutes. That's perfect for me.
Good. I'll pause the recording.